Well, good evening and welcome to my Psychic Connection. I am your host, Journey Ryan. It is St. Patty's Day. That means it's March 17th, and it also means it is Wednesday. We are here with the Miss Wonderful Trinity Black.
Oh, you're super wonderful yourself, Journey. Hi, everybody. Good to see you guys.
Got a lot of hellos already, and
Yay.
Joining us, so I hope everybody's ready for a wonderful show. I was notified today that my Psychic Connection will be doing its transfer over to the new platform as of Monday. So, guys, get ready. That means we're going to, I got to test the site today, check it out. I got to use the chat system. It was really cool. The phone system working well. It's definitely a good thing. I'm really excited for it, and I can't wait for everybody else to get the chance to use it and then get the chance to talk to their favorite psychics on there. So hopefully everybody is ready. I'm going to go ahead and put the link up here, guys. If you'd like to jump the list, go ahead and do so. This is the link in order to do it. Let's say hi to everybody. We got Christina and Flirty and Rave and Ann and Asta.
Hey, everybody.
Juliet. Everybody's just here tonight.
Oh, that's wonderful.
All right. So glad that everybody's here. I'm still waiting for a few more people to come into the door here. And I'm sitting here looking and some people popping up. So Trinity definitely wanted to throw some information out there about Sir St. Patrick. So I'm going to pass the torch to Trinity and let her give you a little bit of knowledge.
Yes, but first of all, I'd like to let you guys know that it might be allergy season for some people. You know, like my eyes are sore, my nose, everything. So you got to excuse me if I'm a little bit off. But I was doing some research on St. Patrick. Why is he popular? Why is he celebrated so much, like by a lot of people? So as I'm looking it up, I've learned that, you know, he was a man who was in Ireland or whatever, and he was taken imprisonment in slavery. But when he was there, he could hear spirits talking to him. He was very much open to the spiritual realm, and at a young age, at a very young age. And the spirits were basically telling him, you are going to get free. You're going to make a way. You're going to escape. And he believed them. He trusted that inner guidance. As a result, he did escape and did get free. What's really special about this man, besides the fact that he was like a bishop for a lot of churches, and you know, just they say he converted people. But the way I'm going to put it is he was able to take the Druid religion, and this is a religion that was carried on for a very long time, and using elements and different things of that nature, you know, for spiritual performances. But he was able to take the Druid religion and explain forms of Christianity and blend them. So they said it was so simple how he taught them. He was using the clover, and it sort of did match up with their Trinity thing, whatever, you know. But anyway, and he's describing the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. I know for me, when I would talk to my children, I would say something like, it's almost like how you have an egg, a yolk, and a shell. I mean, you have the shell, you have the yolk, and you have the other part on the inside, and you can have three, yet one. And he's just being celebrated. His life is being celebrated because he spent so many decades just trying to help people and spread like what he was learned for knowledge. In 1962, and I'm almost finished, guys, but in 1962, America was celebrating St. Patrick's Day in honor of him, for the Irish Army in Poland and these things like that. And us as a nation, we just embraced it and loved it. And it's our culture as well. And that's why we have parades, we have festivals, and we eat, drink, and be merry. There's one more hidden thing. Now, when we celebrate St. Patrick's Day, we tend to wear, let me put my little white on for a second. We tend to wear green a lot. And the symbolic meaning of the green is just showing how, like, I have my little green wreath on and everything, But the green is also celebrating the season, the change of the season, how like the grass is coming out from winter and you see the trees. Like that part is basically self-explanatory, but it does emphasize, like an attitude of appreciation that we made it through another winter and now we're like in a whole new season. And this is why, again, some people do celebrate, the spring as the new year. And different cultures, we like, as a world, we mostly have that same unity of the new life, the new awakening, the new start. Everyone, all of us, we all need to give ourselves a break and let go of the past and just take where we're at now and take that further and appreciate it. But hold the past where it's good at. But everything else that you can't change that's hurtful, we got to let that out. Like, please, Journey, remember when I was talking to you and you were dusting? And
Yeah,
I was like, yeah, that's like bad thoughts or energy. It's like clean it out for spring cleaning. You're making room for new things with this new
absolutely.
awakening like that. So yeah, keep vacuuming, dusting, wiping, whatever we have to do to make room for the new and also let go of whatever's no longer useful or helpful or beneficial.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I just thank you so much for that, Journey, and I'm ready to go.
Well, it's the Chinese New Year as well. It's the first day of spring.
Yes.
And I also celebrate that same New Year because it's the beginning of the new. It's the
Yep.
appreciation of the new. You've had all winter to let go of the old. That's why I've been doing a ton of spring cleaning even before spring got here because I wanted to make sure I was releasing the old. So it's just something that we need to do in order to, you know, allow new energies to come into our life, let go of things that no longer serve your purpose. Why hold on to the clutter? Why continue to keep doing these things to ourselves that are no longer, it's no longer necessary? If it's something that you can give that someone else can get use out of, then it becomes a new blessing for them. And for you, it's something that you're letting go of because it's not something that that's anything that you need anymore. So it is time to let it go.
Yeah. That's beautiful. Right.
So
Because, like, if you create your own reality, and I'm not saying that in the sense of doubting, but let's just say if you do that with your thoughts and feelings, if you're dragging around old feelings of guilt, pain, hate, jealousy, anything like that, that you
right.
may have thought when you were 10 or 20 or 15, is
Mhm.
no longer useful. And
Right.
that's why, like, in that physical manifestation, sometimes you might not get what you really want because your mind and energy is back there on the mistake you
Off to
made.
the past.
Yes. Yes. And like we just all got to keep loving and supporting each other.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so we got a great lineup here, guys. Remember, as soon as you said hi, we went ahead and put you on the list. Remember, guys, we're going to give you 30 seconds in order to put your question up there. Remember, if not, we are going to go to the next person, and your name will be added to the end of the list. That's why I ask you to stay on, watch, and hear for your name, because if not, we will end up putting you on the end of the list. That's how that's working. Um, Sitting here waiting 2 minutes for someone to do that, we can't. We got a bunch of people. We're trying to get to everybody. So we're making it fair for everybody in that way. All right. So also, I see a lot of people are coming onto the show 2 hours early to say hi. Try to come on 15 minutes before the show. That way, at least we know that you're around. Because if we call out your name, you will get to the end. So, and don't post your questions before we call your name. That's the next thing. So when I call your name, you guys can post your questions, but if you post them, they're just going to get lost, and I'm going to ask you to post them again, and it'll get put at the bottom. Give me a second, Kay. Let me look. I'm looking to check to see who's jumped the list. Kay's trying to jump the list.
Right. So tonight, actually, we have the moon in Taurus, and as you know, it's a crescent moon. So this is really interesting because on Friday, it goes into Gemini. That's like a good time to get in tune with your thoughts and like just tap in with Mercury if you can, because everyone knows like Mercury is that planet of communication, electronics, of breaking things down. But with this Taurus energy, it is able to give us that like that determination and focus we need to like put ourselves where we want to be. So don't underestimate that. And these things are just really going to help us all. Like Journey, I can't even tell you how excited I am. Everything. I can't even tell
Hey,
you.
you are
Like,
on the list, sweetheart. I
yeah,
got you. I see you. All right, so since you
right.
was the one that jumped the list, Kay, have your question. Let's have that question.
Yeah. Well, while we're doing that, Journey, I must say you look very handsome. I like your green.
Oh, you look very good too in the green. I
Thank
got a
you.
nice gray silk tie for
Yeah,
this.
yeah. I wanted to make mine like a tie, but I just kind of threw it on. But I love that
That's
tie,
okay.
yeah. Mhm.
That's okay. This works out, of course. I'm always finding new shirts and new ties, and
I love that. Yeah.
I got a closet full of ties.
It's so good.
All right. Well, Kay is not ready for her question yet, so let's go ahead and take Christina A. And Christina, here
Oh,
is
what a
Trinity.
sweetie. Hey, pretty girl. Oh, thank you. I want to know if what someone told me is true. They said Ivan is moving here next month for a work opportunity. Hmm. And anything else can you pick up on us? You know, I actually think about you during the week, Christina, you and Ivan, frequently. And you know what happens when I think about you? I get this situation where it's like, hey, things are going to unfold in all due time, in all due time. So what I keep hearing with you though, Christina, is, you know, don't neglect yourself. Okay. Don't like put yourself on the back burner and forget about yourself for things that are unstable. People, places, and things that are unstable. And I say that addressing something you said about a week ago. So I don't know if you remember, but you've also asked other times too, like when you keep saying, well, what am I doing wrong and why is this like that? Because you know you're doing everything right. But the only thing that was a little bit off was putting your hopes and wants in the, like I said, people, places, or things that are not stable or consistent. Now, I want to talk about Ivan because um, I'm not getting very much on his traveling. Oh, you are too. You're so adorable. But what's going on with Ivan? He's definitely in a transformation position. So it would be very difficult for me to actually expound on if he's going to move or not because he's still weighing options out and looking at different things. He kind of, in some areas, it's like his hands are tied. Everything's not like exactly up to him at this moment. I know, and I don't blame you for being anxious and excited because that love is really real and strong, and you guys definitely feel each other. So, I mean, I consider love to be a stable thing. I consider infinite and eternal. So that's good putting your hopes there. But as far as the specifics of what you want and when you want it and how you want it, you know what I mean? That's what Spirit is asking you to pay attention to. Ivan, he's going to need to actually communicate with you very clearly and let you know what his plans are and where he stands. And instead, right now, I just like I said, I see him going back and forth, and also like some choices he's making, he's putting his life in other people's hands. So he's basically giving up some of his power and free will instead of being more active and assertive in a situation. So and that is why the only thing I could say is work on your communication with him a little more and try to encourage him to clarify what he's wanting. Okay, I'm going to ask this to the next question, please.
All right.
To the journey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Christina. Thank you so much for your question. We do appreciate it. And just know
Yeah.
that you're going to get what you want. Just give yourself the opportunity, and just remember what we've told you and what Trinity's telling you. You need to calm your energy now because it's time. She did also say this. She says
Yes.
he
I'm
needs to
sorry.
come forward, the girl, but his fear is getting the best of him. And why is he letting others do that? And thank you.
On some levels, he's like an old-fashioned soul, so he believes in that good comradeship, that unity. So he's, hoping that they'll reciprocate how he would be for them. He's hoping that people will treat him as he treated them if he were in that position. So he's kind of looking for that, and he's also, like I said, he's doing a lot of stuff on internet from what I see. So he's definitely looking for something like places or jobs or something like that. So he's actually trying to reach out. So that's why he just believes in loyalty.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Well, while we're waiting on the next person here, checking the list to see if anybody jumped it. Again, I'll go ahead and post the link in case you guys would like to jump the list. You can do so by doing this, clicking on that link there. It will take you to a Facebook link or a PayPal link, which will lead you to giving a donation, which will jump you on the list. You don't have to jump the list to get a reading, but we put it on here in case you'd like to get ahead of anybody else on that list. All right. So remember, guys, we're going to try to get to everybody, so please be patient with us as we go through. Kay, we need your question. As we wait for Kay's question. She was next in line. Then we got Flirty Butterfly and Rave. You guys are next on the list unless somebody jumps the list. All right, so I'm looking here to see who is next on the list. Writing the names down as they come through the door. All right. No, Kay, I didn't get it, sweetie. I don't see any question here from you. I'm going to go ahead and jump to the next person. I need Flirty Butterfly. Flirty Butterfly, come on down. I got everything else but your question, Kay. All right.
Oh boy, I'm so bad sometimes.
You're good.
No, I'm not, because I was like, your name ain't Khadija. He don't need you. Trust me. Leave him alone, girl. It's like, I'm just kidding, though, but it just sounded funny.
All right, so Flirty Butterfly.
I did not get it.
Flirty Butterfly, I'm going to leave you here with Trinity. Trinity, here's Flirty Butterfly's question.
Hey there. Trinity, you told me last time that within 3 months, my crush and me would be more comfortable. Yes, I did. And be more than friends. Yes, I did. So I'd like to know today, will he admit his feelings for me, or how will it happen? No, I don't think he is, but I'm going to still pull a card just in case. I would like to pull a card for Flirty Butterfly and her significant other. Okay, so wow. The card that I get, allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Okay, so the card I have right here is called Passion. And the card is suggesting to you that you allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. And that's him embracing her, and they are very intimate. And but if you notice, it's a spirit. So what I'm feeling mostly from energy is continue. I'm not feeling you should start doing this. I'm feeling you should continue beautifying yourself. You're already beautiful, for Flirty Butterfly, but I'm just saying continue doing it. It is very pretty. I'm going to actually put it back up if you don't mind. I just want to put it up because um, you're intuitive, and as you're looking at the card, you might pick up on some things as I'm looking at you and speaking about it. But allow yourself to imagine and fantasize and get caught up in a rapture of pure love, good love. Picture that around you. Picture that for you. because the more you face that forward, if you don't, sometimes past memories or exes could linger, which there are a couple exes that are still after you. So you don't want to really deal with that energy. You want to look at the possibility of what could be there. But I really believe they mean literally sing, like literally hum, sing love songs. He is being really sweet and understanding recently. He is, but I think what I see with him is he doesn't want you to rush him. He wants to be the one to come to you first, put his feelings and pour that out. He has been in a situation. Later on down the road, if it comes up, you'll talk about it. But there were times he poured his heart out and he felt like his heart was betrayed and trust and things like that, or he's been made fun of actually. Because unfortunately, he's still working and being healed from his past issues as you guys are getting to know each other. So pushing that or trying to find that out from him could complicate things, but I believe he's really into you, so you guys will be able to smooth it out. So I'm actually glad. I believe you confirmed what I said in these few months. You guys have been getting closer and growing, but there's still that thing where there might be some bumps in the road. And I personally, flirty butterfly, I don't want you to take things personal. You're taking things personal like it was directly an attack to you, like you've felt abandoned, and not with this guy, but with other people. It's a close family member. It's two of them actually, and I think it's females, but it could be a guy and a girl. But either way, you're feeling abandoned by it. But I'd like you to consider that maybe you're not being abandoned, but this person is just going for what they want. They're going after what they're attracted to. And that's why, like, the closeness you used to feel isn't like that, but that's okay. You guys are going to come back together. And they're just misunderstanding things. And that's, like I said, directed towards a familiar relationship, not a romantic one. So, with that being said, wait, how will he let me know he loves me when he decides to come toward me? You're going to know. You're going to standards of how you sort of test if a guy loves you. But he's going to give you different signs of it, but it's going to take him a good while before he's sure, like, yo, I'm really in love. I know this is it now. Because with him, it's different dimensions of it. You know what I mean? Right now, he's at that, I'm interested. I like what I see so far. This is pretty good, but it's still a little bit of caution. But you'll know in his kiss. You'll know the way he looks at you. You'll know the way he thinks about you when you're not together. You'll feel it. So that's going to determine, like, what level you're at with love. He hates being accused of stuff too, so try not to do that down the road unless you got receipts. Okay, I'm gonna pass that to Journey now.
Okay. All right, so just know that you're in a good position, especially with love being there. It's something that will be straightforward. So I don't feel like you got to worry about that. But we do have Kay's question now, and I'm going to put that up here for us, and I'm going to hand this over to Trinity. Kay, here is Trinity.
Hey, Kay. I heard my son Greg can't really afford deposit on townhouse. Can he afford it? He should. He's a pharmacist and his wife works. Is his wife pushing him? Okay, all of that is, wait, he has a car payment and student loans. Oh, crap. 1 second. Oh, my. Okay, so he is on 3 phys med, not sure he can. That's a good question. Okay, so yeah, we definitely need clarification on that because before you did say that he actually put the money down on the place. So maybe in some way, like he might have misled you a little bit. So what I see is impulsive spending, but also holding on to money like, oh, it's tight, we gotta hold it, like that. So there could be like an inner battle between him and the lady. But I can say I do remember, like when Faith did the reading and Journey also mentioned it about concerning the townhouse. So you want to just be patient with that. And what I'm going to say to you is, and I'm going to put this card up here for you as a parent, like, you already did the work you could. He's over 18. You put in your best you could for him. And now you kind of want to sit back and watch the growth of it and it proceeds. the cards are showing that there's some impulse and fast and quick and jumping in fast, but it's also showing that there's this holding on thing. They don't really want to clarify which one is impulsive because it actually fluctuates between the two of them, and that depends on what items we're talking about with the money. So that's what I see there. But just keep supporting him and looking out for the best. And what you want to do too is get clarity. And if he says things like that, that's that confusing, ask him to show you the receipt that he paid for it, because he did say he paid for it. He said he put the deposit down. And I guess you would have to go from there, you know. Okay, I'm going to pass this to you now, Journey. Thank you. Thank you for your question, Kay.
There we go. All right. Well, Kay, just hang in there. You know, Faith and I did talk about the townhouse was not gonna be the thing that went through, and that a house was what he was going to get. So I'm not surprised by this at all. You know, everybody was telling him to do the townhouse thing. Was not a good idea. So just hang in there, Kay. But thanks for your question. All right. So we had somebody else jump the list. I'm looking for Sydney Thompson. Sydney Thompson. All right. I need Sydney Thompson to come on down and bring us that question. After Sydney's going to be Rave. Unless somebody else jumps the list. All right, guys, I'm writing names down as they come through. All right, Sid Boo, Sydney Boo, is that you? Are you Sydney Thompson? I need to know who Sydney Thompson is because I don't know the screen name. Yes, okay. All right, Sydney, I'm going to hook you up here with Trinity. Trinity, this is Sydney, and enjoy your reading. You're muted. There you go.
Thanks. Hey, y'all. I hope all is well. I was wondering if you sense any changes in my near future, dramatic or subtle. Okay, work, pleasure, or romantic. Well, I'm going to go to the romance card for now. And I'm going to ask Spirit to assist me in picking out a card for you, as I'm sort of tuning in with you now, City Bo. Oh goodness. Well, I actually have a card that's saying you're getting to know each other for romance. So, wow, as you reveal your innermost selves to other people, your bond deepens. So for romance, that's what's coming up. But it's funny because that's not exactly what I'm sensing. What I'm sensing is, like, what I'm seeing is that you've been doing work last week and 2 weeks ago and 3 weeks ago, which is, I suppose, like, it started mostly in February, of course. But I just see changes in work coming with your income and employee status or something. That won't be for another like 4 months or 6 months. But for romance, it is saying that your bond will get stronger. At this point, I'm not even picking up another specific person, but I hope that just resonates with you. Because, you know, because I'm going to sort of follow the card there on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also see you're going to be, so it's funny because I'm seeing that you're going to be getting more messages soon. So, okay, hold on. They said, okay, the spirit realm is saying that you ask a lot of questions. You've been asking so many that you're not open to the answers, because when you start to hear a little answer, you sort of block it or you doubt it that it was from spirit. So that, I know that sounds harsh to say to a person, and it is kind of harsh. But what they're saying is you open your mind more. That's exactly what they're addressing. They're addressing your questions and answers, because there's just, like I said, you're asking a lot of questions, and they do want you to do a little more research on certain things that you're asking about. And I believe you're okay. I feel I have a personal block. Okay, so is it mental or spiritual? It is. Okay, the very first thing I see is there's a little bit of fear of your spiritual gifts, because there were certain times where you felt like you had to repress them or deny them because of the situation you were physically in. Sort of like if a kid's in school or if you're at work, those things occurred and it sort of caused you to almost start to second guess or doubt on some level, where you were just like, is that my gift or is that my imagination? Like that. But you're right 9 times out of 10. I'll say that. You really are. You just have to like pay attention to what's going on around you and how you feel about the thing. And that's what spirit is really pushing to me about feeling. But I would never want to just say some of the like less happy attributes you have. I want to really focus on the ones you do have that you're working on and very good at, which is, you know, you're very good with your mind and you're very good at multitasking, but you also are very, very good at encouraging people. And they say you're super friendly. So that's good. So that's where a lot of your answers are lying. You are answering your own questions. If you were to record yourself or write it down or make some type of copy of some of the things you say, go back and listen maybe a day later, you'll see that you have been answering your questions. And you will also see that you were 100% right on what you were thinking. So that's all that's going on there. I don't see any like major block. So when I said you're sort of blocked, there is some blockage, but I really honestly think that's a natural reaction from, like I said, when we're in society, sometimes you don't want to actually actively show all your gifts like that. You don't want to be like talking to yourself or say, hey, what's that? So it's going to come back. The cards are showing me you're in a very good place right now. But like I said, the major thing they're talking about are the questions and the answers. And they just want you to let it in. But now you might say to me, if you could text it in time, well, what's the best way to let it in? I would say, well, let's see. You have to continue relaxing more and keep in mind when you treat yourself, you do deserve it, because that does block you a little bit, a little. So I'm going to pass this to Journey now, and it was really nice talking to you, City Bo. I think I said it right, City Bo. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you for your question tonight, guys. We are going to take a short break, and after the break, Kay, get your question ready, and Rave, please get your guys' questions ready. We'll be right back after these messages. And we are back. All right, so we needed Kay to come down with her question, and Zanby, please get the question ready. And I see Megan donated as well, so we'll take a look at that as well. Please, someone sent an e-check as of yesterday. We are going to start looking at the completion of the donation, because that doesn't always that doesn't always come through, so we won't be accepting that. So please don't send an e-check because we will not accept it as a jump the list. When it's complete, we will, but when it's not complete, we won't accept it, just so you guys know. All right, just something we ran into yesterday, wasn't expecting that, and that's not fair to us or the people that are here waiting as well in line. All right, so we got Kay's question here, so I'm going to go ahead and put Kay's question up. And Kay, here's Trinity.
My neighbor knew I needed a lift chair. Her and her mother put up money for me to buy a second-hand one. I told her I will pay her with my stimulus. Okay, I'm ready for more. Stimulus check. Are they now longtime friends? Oh, wait a minute. I need friends where I don't get out. They are good people. What? Are they no longer friends? Are they longtime friends?
Are they new longtime friends?
The people who wouldn't give you the chair, do you mean? Does she mean?
No. It says my neighbor knew I needed a chairlift. Her mother put money up for me to buy a second-hand one. I told her I'd pay her back with my stimulus check. Basically, will they be longtime friends? I need friends where I don't get out. They are good people. So she's wanting to know. She says, I didn't ask for the help, but they provided it.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that was very kind and generous of them. And what I'm seeing here is, of course, you already probably know there's like a little past life connection there. And that's okay. But yeah, they are generous people, but you still want to take your time and gradually get to know them, if that makes sense to you, Kathleen. But they do have compassion and care, and they are pretty much good neighbors. Like they'll look out for you if something doesn't look right in the neighborhood or anything like that. But you want to still keep, like, I want you to be open with them and have fun with them, but still keep an air of caution. Like don't jump in too quick. There's some things you'll learn about them coming down the road, so it it'll make things a little more complicated in a way. So that's why I'm saying you want to be cautious, but they are really nice people, like you say. So that's basically my make on it. And I thank you for your question, Kathleen. And I'm going to turn this to Journey now. Okay.
All right, Kay. Well, thank you so much for your question. We do appreciate it. And good luck with your new friends. I hope that goes good. Zambi, you are next. And then Megan T. So, Megan, get your question ready. And we're going to go ahead and take Zambi's question here. Zambi, I'm going to bring you on board and let Trinity take your question. Trinity, here's Zambi.
All right. How will Usman, is it Usman? How will Usman react when I message him about being friends again and opening up? Will we reconcile after? Not right away. Not right away. Usman is just holding on to a lot of things that went on in the past. And it's like he's having a hard time releasing some things. So the message reaction, it's still in the air. But the chances are it's going to come back. It's going to show that he still has some of that lingering energy from strong disagreements and situations that, like, were very disappointing and frustrating to him. But you will reconcile eventually. And I just say that in honesty to say that as time goes on and people heal up, then you can come together easier and at least make sense of some of the things. It sounds like to me, though, that you already kind of made peace with a lot of what went on in the past with Usman. So it's just a matter of time for him. Yep. And I also have this card here, and I'm going to address that you had plans for yourself for the future for when you get older. The spirits are saying stick with those plans. continue to hope and dream about leaving your mark, your legacy that you've been wanting to do, because it can happen. So don't give up. So that's what I was going to say about that. And I really thank you for your question. And I'm passing it to you, Journey. Yep.
All right. Well, thank you. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate your question, Zambi. Appreciate your question. All right, Megan T, you were next on our list for jumping the list. And then after that, we need Rave. So, Rave, get your question ready. Megan, I need your question. All right.
Is the wisdom.
Taking a look here while we wait on Megan's question. Go
All
ahead
right.
and check to see if anybody else jumped the list.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to say I appreciate all the jumpers and supporters and your questions and comments. Thank you.
Absolutely. All right, we've got Megan's question, so I'm going to go ahead and put you on with Trinity. Megan, here's Trinity.
Okay. Hey, Megan. Hi, guys. I'm wondering if you're picking up anything new for me. Last week, I was feeling down and felt like I was tapping into my ex's energy. Why was I picking up on her energy? She was probably thinking about you at the time, but it seems to me, Megan, and this is what happened. You were actually worried about her, and there were things that were occurring where you actually got a little afraid for her, like, is your ex okay? Is she fine? And all of that. So with that coming on, because you were connected so strongly before, you still do have a connection. It caused you to pick up on her energy. Um, am I picking up anything new? I just see improvement on your path of where you're going. So let me see. And then you said I was feeling down and felt like I was tapping into my ex's energy. But yeah, I already answered the question for that. Yes, it was her energy, and it was a combination of some of your fears and worries about your ex, because your ex is like, she can be like, I don't want to say naive or gullible, but a little more open to people and more friendly to people than like you're comfortable with. So that's logical and reasonable, but that's pretty much the gist of it. As far as anything new, I'm going to actually pull from my romantic deck of cards for this question. And let's see, what I have here is, wow, stay optimistic about your love life. So yeah, I'm going to show you what the card looks like too.
Let me move that out
So,
of your way. Show it
oh,
off.
thank you. Yeah. So you can see the advice is like, don't give up on love. Don't give up on love. And just know that like the seeds you planted of love and goodness are going to come back to you. It might not always come back from the particular person you chose, but it will definitely always come back to you. So I'm going to encourage you, Megan, continue to put out love. And like if that fear comes, just try to distract yourself. Or if it comes again, just try and say, hey, okay, what's going on? What do I need to look into? What can I do to make me feel better? And after that, you'll be good. But just continue on that path of keeping that love, because it is out there for you. It definitely is. And I thank you for your question, Megan, and I'm going to pass it to you, Journey.
All right, Megan, thank you so much for your question tonight. Do appreciate it. And we're going to go ahead and take the next person who jumped the list, which is Kay. So, Kay, I'm going to put you on with Trinity. Trinity, here's Kay.
All righty. Trinity, what do I have to know about them down the line? They have neighbors for 13 years. Okay. And I had a 2-hour talk tonight. What's going on? Okay, I don't want to get into a complicated situation. She knocked on my door and made the offer. I didn't. Well, I understand that, but I just tell you, like, there's just different things going on. No, I mean, I'd appreciate the help and everything, and it was coming from a good place with good intentions, and they are nice people, like you were seeing. But I just said, you just want to keep the air of caution a little bit with that. Sometimes when we're friends with people and we really like see great things about them, and you rush in too quick, it can make them back up. and you see other things like you didn't necessarily want to see. So that's why I said you want to take it one step at a time, use a little caution, but continue out sending that appreciation vibe and letting them know that you really do appreciate it and their kindness. But all right, I'm gonna have to say it. Friendships and a friend is just like they try and be polite, but then they end up having other things that call their attention. And sometimes you're left with the feeling like, hey, I put in this, that, and that because I really care and I've done this, that, and that. But then when it's in the other foot or reverse, that person's not there for me. So that actually kind of brings you down a little bit. So with this group of friends, if you can gauge like how close they're willing to take things, how far, and it will definitely enhance your friendship going forward. Compared, versus she even said, okay, she even said she would give me my monthly B12 shots. Yes, well, that is very good. And also, like you said you would give them money back when you did it. But just keep an air of caution, like just pay attention. In a good way. I don't mean look for bad things or, like a dead body under a porch or anything. I just mean, like I said, sometimes people like they're almost like too nice. Like they do want to help out and reach out and everything, but you just have to like really pay attention. You're gonna enjoy it. It's a mother and daughter. I said I would take them out to my favorite restaurant. Well, that is good. And that's lovely. But like I said, things will start to unfold and you'll see. But while they do and while you're getting to know each other and like try not to, be too sensitive when they say certain things like, oh, like that. Just have fun with it and take it one step at a time. You'll be fine. You'll It'll be good. All right. Well, thank you, Kate, for your Kath, for your question. On you, Journey.
I got it.
I'm bad.
That's
I'm really
awesome.
bad.
All right, Kate, thank you so much for your question tonight. We're going to see if anybody jumped the list. While we're doing that, I'm looking for Rave. Rave, go ahead and throw your question. And then Ann Star. All right, Rave, where are you at? Go ahead and throw us your question. All right, there's Rave. I'm going to go ahead and put up Rave's question. Rave, here is Trinity.
Okay. Hi, Trinity and Journey. Is somebody stopping Nikki from contacting me? I don't see that right now. With Nikki, I see, wow, it's like a common theme here, but Nikki is her thoughts or whatever. Nikki's thoughts are very much in the money right now and like survival means and just trying to make sure certain needs are met. And then it says, is it W? Okay, someone told me she is determined not to come back, but they don't know for sure what's going to happen necessarily. So I'm not okay. Is that the final question then? Is somebody stopping Nikki from contacting me? Okay. The W person, it seems like they have a lot of control over Nikki, maybe, but it's not that. It's just there's some things Nikki might want to do, but might not feel open enough to do or wouldn't normally do. So in that way, W does encourage and not influence, but encourage that. Like to say, hey, da 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 da, this is what I think. This is what I think. But part of Nikki's, like I said, communication is right now the focus is where it's at. It's like, okay, I'm trying to make moves, I'm trying to get things done, and that's like what I see mostly holding back. Will we eventually reconcile? And also, they said she will contact me about closure. Well, I wouldn't disagree with that. I would hold on to that. And actually, the question of
who said anything about closure?
Okay, they said she will contact me about closure. So
I'm asking Rave that because doesn't seem. I'm just saying that for the reason that no one on this show has said anything about giving Rave closure. So that that answer is coming from another direction.
Okay. Well, yeah, so that answer, but there's also other things that were asked too that were answered. So, like when even if someone was just talking to you and said, "Hey, you know what? They're going to contact you with closure," or "I think she's going to do it," because she was telling me, like wherever that thought or source came from, it's probably better if you look at the whole gist of what they were saying together concerning it. Like if you just separate that one thing, they said she will contact me about closure. That could be very open, but the question of will we reconcile actually does come out with the question of whether you get contact for closure. You know what I mean? Once you guys go to communicate again, then that'll answer it in itself. But for now, geez, oh gee, oh gee, oh gee.
Yes, it was not the show.
Right, but it's more like a heart to heart conversation and bringing out that sincerity with each other next time you guys talk. But I mean, okay, so what they're saying also is like, do you even know if she's going to be honest, or this person will be honest with you, completely forthright and to the point, or are they going to just like hide things like they normally do, or twist it a little bit? So that's why I'm saying that whoever you may have been speaking to, or where that thought came from about that she will contact you and reconcile, like you might have to think about what they said again, or see if you can review it or weigh it out more, because they may have said more to it than that. And with that being said, what I'm seeing is no one's forcing her to do anything at this time. Things are going on where she's just trying to stay really focused and get money together and career and things of that nature, like a survival thing, so she can have a better life. Then it says, I would work things out, but there's no communication. Yeah, you got to sort of let that play itself out. It's going to work out for you, though. But you got to keep that optimism. I'm not saying about you and that person together. I mean that optimism, like don't give up on love. Don't give up on good friendship because of what happened there. So just keep your mind open and your heart open because it's out there. Okay, thank you for your question. Yeah, it is. And I'm going to pass this to Journey.
All right. Well, thank you, Andrew. I appreciate it. And, you know, when we get readings from people, they can see different things. Also, when you get readings from people, I don't like to bash other readers when they see certain things, but some people will just write it off just as they see it as the energy came through rather than actually looking into the situation. This is why I say to pick a few readers that you like to get readings from. Because if not, you can get mixed signals. You can get signals from those who are actually doing the reading, and you can also get signals for those who are just rushing through and not caring. So this is something I deal with on a regular basis. They're like, well, I went to so-and-so and they said this. Well, I'm not so-and-so. Trinity's not so-and-so. Faith is not so-and-so. We are who we are. We tell you what we see. And we try to do it to the best of our abilities to tell you what we see. We can't give you anything else. So I just want to make sure that you know when you get these other readings to make sure that they don't do, they look at your question. Make sure they're actually looking at it and they go a little bit deeper because that's what you need. This is about not only getting a sense of energy and knowing what you need to know, but, I know it's like getting your answers as well, but we want to connect with you as people because you're a person first. And you have feelings, and you need to know the truth, whether it hurts or not. But we don't also want to brush you off either. It says, yes, I think they were more an empath. Yeah, I kind of feel like they just picked up on this. They grazed the top of the situation, and they more than likely were doing a lot of readings at the time, so they were just speed reading. And I see that a lot. That's why we try to give you guys at least 5 minutes with the psychic, so you guys get the chance. And if you'd like to know more details, you can always find us at mypsychicconnection.com. Now, guys, know Monday is the new launch of the new system, so there will be a whole new system, a chat system and a phone system. Video chat is going to be on there as well. So please, like I said, We care about you guys. We hate to see you get misled. That is our biggest pet peeve, is to watch you guys be thrown down a rabbit hole. And I've seen it many times, and that's why we talk about the trolls on here, because I've seen some of the trolls on our Facebook channel that come from other groups, and they come in and they tell people, oh, I'm going to put a spell on you if you don't come to me and give me $5,000. Well, why would you do that? First of all, let me tell you about your spell. You can blow it out your ass. As I can tell you right now, every person who comes to this show gets a blessing spell. There's no attachments. There's no paying for it. You're automatically prayed for, because guess what? Prayers are free, honey. Prayers are free. Blessings are free. There's no, I don't want to see anything bad. I don't want to see any harm. I don't want to see negativity come to anybody. Now, are there lessons that we need to learn? Yes. And are those lessons going to come through whether there's a blessing there or not? Yes. But with that blessing, it's going to make you see that, yes, I needed to learn this. But don't allow these people to bully you. And if you ever get bullied and it's coming on this site, I need to know about it, because I will definitely take care of that problem. And someone just said, I don't believe in spells. Exactly. A lot of these things that people are doing, it's all energy work and how they perceive it. Now, people do these weird things and they ask for certain things. And I can see you forcing energy to do certain things, but here's the problem. If you're forcing something to do something that it wasn't going to do naturally, there's going to be repercussions. There's going to be serious repercussions. Like I've seen people, oh, I want to do a money spell. Oh, yeah? Did you ask how you were going to get that money? Or is your Aunt Sylvia going to pass away and that's how you get an inheritance? But that's not how you wanted to get your money. See, there are things out there that a lot of people mess with that they don't understand. And that's why I tell people, when it comes to magic, you better know what you're doing. You better know how to use energy. There's a lot of things to understand. And I just don't want anybody here to feel that type of danger, because you're protected when you come here. You're blessed and you're protected. On that note, we are going to take a short break. Rave, thank you for your question tonight. We do appreciate it. And Star, you will be next right after these messages, so stay tuned. Oh, guys, we are back, and thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We always appreciate you guys coming out. And, Juliet says, I believe that spells backfire if they're meant for revenge, and said, it's always the hackers and spammers that say to contact them on WhatsApp, and there's always a price to pay for everything. And I wanted to bring those up because those were all very fine points. So, but thank you, because we watch that stuff, and we've tried to have Facebook address it when we shut down the show, that they can't contact or continuously, try to message you guys on there. And of course, they didn't work that out, but yet they were more than happy to put us in Facebook jail over somebody who was harassing Gifts of Faith. So I just find that kind of, ironic. So, but let's get past that negativity and keep on moving with the positivity. Anstar, we've got Anstar tonight. So I'm going to pass this over to Trinity. And Trinity, here's Anstar.
Hello. Hey guys, what day will me and Guy see next week? He said he would make more time. Will he stay over? Not in the next week or two. It's a busy situation. But I want to make sure I have this clear. What day will me and my guys see next week? Oh yeah, you said next week. I actually misread that. My apology. So yeah, you're right. I don't see this week, but next week it doesn't look like a long time span together. Sort of like in and out. He said he would make more time. He will make more time eventually. It's going to pan out. It's going to still take. It might take another month actually before his schedule and the way he's trying to set his life up balances in well enough to where he can like stay over more and give you that. But I do sense that he does care about you a lot and want to be with you though. So I don't think that's like made up or an excuse or anything like that. It's really coming off that he's like a busy energy and needs to work on time management a little bit, but that's something we all need to do. Probably. But anyway, it looks like the staying over and everything like that might take about a month where it gets to that point. So I hope I was helpful to you, Anstar, and I'm going to pass this to Journey.
All right. Thanks, Ann. Thank you very much. Appreciate your question tonight. And hopefully you were able to get the answers you were seeking on that. Let's go ahead and take a look and see if we can't find if anybody jumped the list and go from there. All right. Today would be good. All right. So no one jumped the list as of right now. So let's go ahead and take our next person in line, which is Ashta. Ashta, go ahead and send us your question. And then Juliet C. You guys are next on the list. Ashta and Juliet C. All right, let's keep on going, guys. Yes, you, Juliet. You're still here. I see you, sweetie. Love them smiling faces, guys.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Ashta, are you still with us? All right. Juliet, go ahead and put your question out, sweetheart. And then after Juliet is Jasmine. All right, here we go. Here is Juliet C. She's a new face to our show tonight, so I'm going to bring you on with Trinity. Trinity, here's Juliet C.
Yes, it looks like Diego will be back. Time frame, 6 months comes up to me right now, and I don't know if Spirit at this moment, like this particular moment, I don't know if Spirit's saying look back 6 months or in 6 months, but Diego will be back. And okay, so, and the other thing I want to say to you, Juliet, even though, well, I don't know because you didn't really ask. I don't know if you want to like throw out another quick question, maybe, because that one was sort of cut and dry. The time frame is like 6 months or more. It's coming off to me, but I do see it coming back. Okay, I'll just wait a second if you have like another question.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I said what? No, just kidding.
Right. Oh boy. I'm just sitting here waiting. Well, I don't want to hold up too much time, so I do want to say that just try to keep yourself calm and cool like you are. I know sometimes people give you a hard time just for your laid back personality, a little bit. And I just think, like Juliet, stay the way you are because you're very authentic and true to yourself. And that's really the best you can be. That's the best anyone can be. So I appreciate that in you, and also your kindness. Like, just like, you're going to grow, you're going to evolve, time's going to keep coming and all that. But just keep your beautiful essence because it's very helpful to other people. It's like a very light, fun energy. And like, that's what we all need more of, or we all need to share it more, or just be it and it'll still be shared. But that's very encouraging to a lot of people. Oh, wow. Okay, so what I was just saying to you are the current energies I see within you. Like, we're all human, so there are like down days or bad days. I call them like learning experiences. Or like if you ask for clarity, it's like certain things that are confusing. Sometimes spirit, when they give you the answer, it's usually like three-dimensional, physical. It's like when you say, I wonder what these people really think about me. Eventually, you're going to overhear it, or it's going to actually get to the point where it's physical. You're going to know it's clear and where you stand and where they stand. You might not really appreciate the outcome or the way it came to you, but the point is you ask spirit, you ask the universe, and they supplied. And each time you do that, it'll grow. So I do see great growth with you with your current energies. But like I said, you have to just take that stance sometimes, Juliet, like a plant, and just appreciate the sun and the rain and the soil, or water if it's hydro. But sometimes you just gotta be and enjoy it and be happy with it, because it could be worse. And there are people that kind of are doing worse, even though you don't compare yourself with people. I think you get what I'm saying. So just keep following your heart and doing it that way. And as far as Diego, Diego is in tune with his soul, and he can tell you think about him, and he feels good thoughts. That's the best I can say that message. But he's very aware of it. He knows you're thinking about him. Okay, so Juliet, thank you for your question. I hope I was helpful and fun. We're co-creators. So I'm going to pass that to you, Journey. And then I'm going to say it really quick. I actually feel like the client and the reader are co-creators. I feel like if you're coming with a question, you have to be prepared to receive the answer, or at least when you work with the psychic, like co-create with it. Like, we ain't going to always do all the work. Sometimes the client might have to say, hey, this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm thinking. Like you guys are doing. You guys are doing great. So now I want to pass it to Journey. I just wanted to remind you that we both work together. So like some things, and it's like Jimmy said earlier, if you get read by another psychic or you read it somewhere and it's already a belief you have, another person who comes, they can't necessarily confirm it because we might receive it different. And like my point with that is saying, hey, spirit told this person that, and that. So don't give them all more information because it'll contradict or confuse. So sometimes a reader might not get much information on the topic because of things like that. So I want to pass it to you now, Journey. Thank you.
All right. So we had Kay jump the list. So we're going to go ahead and take Kay's question. Then Megan T, you will be right after Kay. And then after that, if someone doesn't jump the list, we'll need Jasmine's question. So Jasmine, get your question ready. Oh, look, it's Margarita. I just seen her pop her head in there. Hi, Margarita. It's been a minute since I've seen you, honey. All right, but I'm going to go ahead and put Kay's question up. And I'm going to pass this over to Trinity. Trinity, here's Kay.
Hey, Kay. All right. I was good friends with a woman named Kathy B. I met her at karaoke around 2008. Okay. Why did she stop talking to me? We talked every day, great weekends. See, that's like an example of what I mean about friends, how you want to take your time. Now, the thing I see with Kathy, I don't see something you said or did that was offensive to her directly. I see her that back then she was going through a time where it was like some self anger, a little. I don't want to say self hatred, but yeah, I got to really be honest with that. She was going through things within herself, and sometimes she'd even be ashamed to talk to people because it's like, I feel horrible about me, or she didn't want to work certain emotions, but that is what I'm getting of why she stopped talking to you. And I want you to try to have peace with it because they do say some friends are for seasons and some, for different reasons. But it says we talked every day, great weekends. And I want you to still keep that in mind. Keep that energy up with you of saying, it's nice to have friends. It's nice to have fun. It's nice, to come together. To me, that's another example of co-creators. So even though you don't have that, what's her name? Kathy. Oh, similar to yours. Even though you don't necessarily have Kathy B in your life directly, you can still grow and keep those memories you guys had and have some more in the future. But I can tell you now, like I said, it wasn't anything you said or did because you tried to be a good friend and supportive, and you were honest with this person. But the other person was going through stuff and didn't want to share it because, like I said, it was painful, and the person tends to direct it towards themselves. Kathy B. But you over the years you've been wishing good for her. It was just awkward, like and hurtful. But the good wishes you had for her, it did help her. It really, really did. She said, "Did she get mad at me because I met more men?" It was all only stuff with her mostly. There were some things she might have thought about you, but no, she wasn't mad because you met more men. She actually liked that. I know probably maybe it didn't look like it, but that was fun and thrilling, like to take that adventure with you. I don't see her angry at you, like for anything, like I said, like your personality, your words, or things you would have done. And also, you guys grew in different directions too in time. So that's kind of where that went, Kathy. Yep.
All right.
Uh, is that her question? Is that it for you, Kath?
See if she posts anything else here, and then if she does, I will add it.
Okie dokie. Yep.
So thank you.
Oh, thank you too, sweetie. Appreciate your questions. Question.
All right, Ryan. If you want advice from me, you can find me on Monday nights. My show is on Monday nights. On the girls' show, we are going to let the girls shine and share their gift with you. And if you'd like my advice, you can catch me on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Or you can find me at mypsychicconnection.com. That is why you've noticed that I haven't been reading in addition to what they're reading. That's the reason. That way you guys can come to my show, as I don't try to overtake anybody's show or do anything like that. So that's how we started doing it. I didn't do it last night. I'm not going to do it on this show. On Thursday nights, we're going to do dream interpretations. This Friday, Gifts of Faith is doing an interview with me, so you guys get the chance to ask me personal questions that you don't get to typically ask me here on the show. But Kay, catch me on either on the site or on Monday night show. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you got. Throw them at me, girl. I'm good for it. All right. Let's keep on going here. Megan T was the next in line. She had jumped the list. So let's go ahead and take her question. After that, it's going to be Jasmine and Lisa Rain. You guys are next on the list unless somebody jumps it. All right, Megan. Let's go ahead and put you on with Trinity. Trinity, here's question.
Hey, thanks for jumping, Megan. We appreciate it. Hey, I thought of another question. Someone tried to sign in to my Instagram this morning. I'm wondering if it's someone I know. I thought it was strange and had a couple of thoughts on who. Not sure though. And I'm thinking you're thinking it was your ex. Huh. But I'm not sure like what that situation is exactly, but I'm thinking what you're thinking, Megan. I think it might have been your ex. But hopefully you'll go ahead and get the password changed. As far as the ex, you're going to hear more about her soon. Like more information. Good stuff, I mean. Like report, I guess you could say. But, do you have any more questions?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what I expected.
Mm-hmm. But like I said, huh?
I laughed.
Yeah, I did too. I did too. A lot of things are going to be revealed to you more this week and next week. So you'll get more understanding on areas you're working in. I mean, I could be more specific if you want, but like as far as you were talking about work, yeah, yeah, right. So it's going to get more clear as time goes. So don't worry about it. But you have to receive the answer. So relax in it, Megan. Okay, well, thank you for your question. And back to you, Journey.
She says, just wondering if she's going to be coming forward anytime soon.
Yeah, I just noticed that it came up kind of quick. I'm not sure yet because she's still going back and forth a lot. But it does feel like she is like watching your Facebook sometimes or Instagram, but you're not like really, you're not posting anything major or offensive or either way. So, but I think she is watching you from afar. I mean, I still feel a connection between you and her, and like, wow, Megan. But so if that's all your question is, I'd like to pass it to Journey, and thanks for your question.
All right, Megan. Thank you so much for your question tonight. And guys, know that we are
Ooh.
15 minutes left to jump the list. If you're going to jump the list, now's the time to do it. We're going to go ahead and put this link up here one more time. We got 15 minutes before we get to an hour and 30-minute mark. And that's just so you guys know, this will be the last 15 minutes. So if you're going to jump anytime, now's the time to do it. Because after the next 15 minutes, we will not take any more jump the list. And if you do jump the list after the fact, it could be added as a credit for you guys' next one. But try to do it within the next 15 minutes. Thank you. All right. So the next on our list was Jasmine. Jasmine, come on down. All right, Jasmine and Lisa Rain. I need you guys both to come down while we're going ahead waiting on them to bring us their questions. Let's go ahead and see if anybody was jumping the list and then go from there. All right, well, there's Jasmine. Jasmine, I'm going to put you on here with Trinity. Lisa Rain, please get your question ready as you are next on the list, sweetheart. All right.
Oh
Here
my
is Trinity.
goodness. Okay, Jasmine. Okay. This is a case where I'm going to agree with the other psychic. No, seriously. Someone read for you and already said they see A and they see you. But I'm going to still go back, I guess. How does A view me? When will we meet together? And it says time frame. Let me see. Okay. Now, I don't know. I'm actually looking at my cards here because, woo, this is strange. All right. How does A views me? All right. So I'm not really getting a connection with this, Jasmine. And the reason I'm not, and I'm going to be honest with you, Jasmine, the reason I'm not feeling like the energy of the knowledge coming through is because what does he expect from me? Oh my God. That's a good question. No, but the reason I'm not getting much, okay, is because I hear them. I hear like the spirit guides, and they're telling me, yo, Jasmine knows most of this stuff already. Like that. You do know it. You definitely know it's like right under your nose. Like everything you asked me just now, you know. And it's not just like, oh, I had a guess or intuition. It's like verifiable, like, oh, I cannot speak to this person until this amount of time. So, good news is the viewing of you Yeah, I know it feels like you go back and forth, but that's another answer that you definitely know deep down inside. You know what I mean? If anything, it's like knowing his values, his standards, and what he appreciates in people or doesn't appreciate. You know, so it's more of that situation of, okay, I know this guy, he knows me. I have a sense of how he feels about me. And that's where I'm, as Trinity Black, that's where I'm agreeing with you. You are right about that. So the thing is, more of the question to me is why do you ask that question or those questions? Because it's sort of like you knew. Well, the thing with that is, what's coming up is you have to increase your optimism on things. And then you'll get better confirmations, like tangible ones, receipts, things like that, not just a general, like airy, you know, whimsical thing. You'll get more concrete answers that you're looking for. But just trust that and trust in your stability. And I'm going to pass this to Journey, and thank you for your question.
All right, Jasmine. Thank you so much for your question tonight.
Yep, this Benadryl, man. I'm sorry. I had to take allergy medicine before the show, and this like Benadryl got me like, a little lightheaded. But we're almost finished, so it's okay.
All right, Lisa Rain, go ahead and throw us your question. After Lisa, we got Shay Joy. Lisa Rain and Shay Joy, please bring us your question. And while we wait for that to happen, she said thank you. She also said yes, that was true.
Oh, well, thank you. Journey's a great help too. Like he was saying, you can't force spirit, so I wouldn't be able to just like pull out anything. Nothing was coming, so it was like, okay, she knows.
Exactly. You don't want to force it.
Didn't want to force it.
All right. All right, Lisa, I don't see your question, so if you come back, you can get back on the list. All right, Shay Joy. I need Shay Joy. After Shay Joy is Eeyore. I need Shay Joy or Eeyore, one of you guys to bring up your questions, and we'll go ahead and go from there. After Eeyore is going to be Virgo Queen. So Shay Joy, Eeyore, and Virgo Queen. This shirt is actually darker, but I turned on the green lights and it lightened it up. All right. Well, we've got Eeyore's question, so let's go ahead and hang on, Eeyore. Give me just a second. All right, guys. Give us 1 second. We're having a tech problem here. Let's go ahead and take a short break, and then I will be able to... All right, so we got that problem fixed. It was just there was a lag there for you guys, so sorry about that. So because of that, we are going to get Eeyore's question. I see it, Lisa, but it didn't come through. There was a lag, so we were working on that issue. That's why I had to go to a small commercial break. That way we can go ahead and take your question. All right, so Lisa, we're going to take your question here. Guys, get your guys' questions ready, so when we call your name, you're able to have those questions available to us. So if you have to type them up and copy them and then wait to paste them, do that. Sometimes it makes it easier. That way we get to everybody. But Lisa, we're going to go ahead and put yours through, and then Eeyore, you're next, and then Virgo Queen. You guys already have your questions up. So here we go. Lisa, I'm going to go ahead and put you on with Trinity.
Hey, Lisa. Hi, guys. I was wondering if you can tell me what you see as far as my dating and love life. Oh, thank you. I have been through a lot with my ex, and at times I want to date, but don't be worried about what people will think about me. Oh yeah, I definitely agree with that. Let me see. For your love life, what I'm going to do is pull an oracle card, and I might actually pull two, even one to confirm it, and I'll just show it to you, and well, however spirit leads. Let me give it a second. So I want to hit the next sentence. It says, I've been through a lot with my ex, and at times I want to date, but don't want to be worried about what people will think about me. But yeah, don't worry about what people think about you, because in your case, people usually like project onto you what they feel about themselves. So most happy and optimistic people and things like that, they're going to see like the better attributes more quickly than someone who's, not as happy and they're down. But that's one of the reasons you shouldn't be worried about what people think about you. As long as you understand you and you know what you're doing. You've heard that before too. But for your let's see, I have two sticking together. Mm. So actually, I'm seeing deception and wedding when I pull the card. So it looks like the ex probably came off more like a husband that was deceitful in your relationship, and his energy is kind of strong around you, unfortunately. So I mean, I don't know if that's unfortunate necessarily, because it's always good to wish good for others, but the ex's energy is definitely around you, and it's sort of like I'm not going to say spirit, but the energy I'm sensing is saying that you're going to have to release some of the grudges and things from him. And I know you feel like you did. I know it feels like, okay, look, forget him. But like sort of every time you bring up his name or talk about him, it sort of almost reactivates that energy and that connection. And he's definitely like not really doing a whole lot of work as far as spiritual and that seeking and searching situation. He's like in a different state of experimenting right now. So he's definitely going to think about you. But I know you have the discipline to try to be gentle to yourself, but also add on more and more of what you do want in a man and what you do like. And it's just really great, Lisa, if you will go out and have fun with people and talk and flirt and all that. I think it's really good for you. Because in a lot of ways, you are a teacher to people. Like, and this is in general, not just romance. So what I like about you is you actually live what you teach. You practice what you preach, and you walk that you do the talk. But I want you to keep emphasizing those things in you. And like as far as like I said, the people that I do see around you, like whose opinions you care about a little bit or whatever, it's like it looks like two guys and two or three girls. It's about three females that would look at you and say certain things, but that's really how they feel about themselves if you really look at it. So try not to take it personal if you can help it. So I hope I helped your answer. And we have a little more time. Do you have any other question or clarification? Okay, well, okay, I like that response too. And the bell rang, but I was just going to say the teaching that you do is very helpful to people. And a lot of them are not showing you or telling you that appreciation, but your angels and spiritual realm, they greatly appreciate the help you've given people and your patience with teaching. So, okay, now back to you, Journey. Thank you.
All right, Lisa Rain, thank you so much for your question tonight. Remember, guys, we are here 5 nights a week. Monday nights, we're here with Journey Ryan. That's myself. We're here with Gifts of Faith on Tuesday. Of course, on Wednesdays, we are here with the beautiful Trinity Black. Thursdays, we're here with me again, Journey Ryan, with Dream Interpretations. On every other Friday, we are here with Aquarius Roberts. And on the other Fridays, we have guest speakers. So tune in on those days to find out who we got going on. But this week, we've got an interview with me and Gifts of Faith being the host. Switching it up a little bit on you guys. But you'll get to ask the questions you guys have been dying to ask me, as I've seen some already at the beginning of the week of those who are trying to ask. All right. Well, let's keep on going here and go ahead and take our next question coming from Eeyore. And Eeyore's question, let's go ahead and put that up and go ahead and hand this over to Trinity. You're muted, sweetie.
I'm so sorry about that. Hello, Eeyore. I'm concerned about my kids. My son wants to move in with me, but my ex is stonewalling me. Will he ever sit down to meditation and talk? What is best for the kids? Okay. I have tried to have this conversation several times, and so is my son. My son is not in a good place mentally and emotionally, and I'm concerned about long-term issues for him. I think I almost lost. Journey, can you put the first part up again for a second? Okay, I'm going to do the question again, part of it. I'm concerned about my kids. My son wants to move in with me. Okay, so, I get the gist of the question now. And, okay, I'm going to go in reverse. What's best for the kids is because you and the husband have like totally opposing views on them. So it's just causing a lot. Now the meditation and all that, he's like still like too macho for that, he thinks, but it's fine to do it. Okay, let me see. He's just holding on to a lot right now. Like he's not willing to let go and release certain like painful and bad feelings. So, and as far as the son, I think that's good that you're open to helping him, but like you do want to keep your eyes open with like giving him knowledge too, like that, because sometimes when it comes to housing, there are like agencies that can help and things of that nature. So even if he did stay with you, it could just like be very temporary. And maybe if the ex looks at it like that, like this is very short term, or it comes with some stipulations, maybe he'll be more open to it. And I say maybe because like with the husband, I'm just saying, you know what the funny thing with your husband is? You have to catch him at the right time. Sometimes you guys, your timing is a little bit off from each other. So it's like, okay, he's here for this and this is a pain, and she's there for that and that bothers me and like that and stuff. But that's like what's coming up with me. And the motivation I hear with you is don't worry about like if you feel like you have insomnia. Like there's like lately your body the last few months is like getting up, going to sleep, getting up, going to sleep, and it's not as regular as you want it to be. But try not to worry about it. It's not a medical condition or anything, going on with that. It's like your inner being is like really trying to get your attention and pull you aside. And, they said open up to love more. Because from all the other pains and the protection of yourself, you still give love, but when it comes to receiving, you just kind of block it a little bit so it doesn't fully get through. But the ones who I'm talking about that do love you, they're never going to stop. So he is very strange that way and controlling. Wow. Yeah, he's gonna take his own time and do it in his own way, but he's just like taking his time with everything. But that's cute that you said he's strange. He's very strange that way. Okay. And the controlling part, you're okay. What comes with that is he doesn't really have as much control as you allow him to have. So that's like at some point you're growing and you're like I see like right now you are working on self-improvement things. So continue that because after a while you'll start to feel more and more free. Okay, thank you for your question and we'll pass it to you, Journey.
All right. Thank you for your question, Eeyore. We do appreciate it. And listen to what Trinity had to say. She's giving you some pretty sound advice. All right. We got Virgo Queen as our next person in line. And so let's go ahead and take Virgo Queen as question. Virgo Queen, here's Trinity. Trinity, Virgo Queen.
Oh, thank you so much. That's beautiful. But like I said, sometimes when you see people, it's a reflection of you because, you know, that universal love spirit is everywhere. It like infiltrates everything. So at all times, everywhere. So when people are open and tuned to it, and allowed to flow through, it is like your energy. I appreciate the compliment. Hey, beautiful goddess. An ex-love came back a few days ago into my life, and girl, he's fine like wine. And he's also an ex for a reason. Let me tell you, the more logical and clarity part of you, you know what I mean, spoke up a long time ago and said, hey, you know, you guys are growing apart anyway. But he's very immature. Sorry. So my question for you is, will this be time he and I make our relationship work romantically? I feel like, I mean, he's very attracted to you in a romantic way, but like I said, I don't like know how to word it. Like the best way I can say it is there's some things he's immature with because he thinks he knows. So because he thinks he knows, he's not open to learning more and growing. And that's what makes you and him like not like a match right now. But I mean, it is some truth too. He's an ex for a reason, and a lot of them reasons still haven't changed with him. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I hope that was good. Because what do I see for you? Well, you're popping, Virgo Queen. So, oh yeah, let me see this. Yes, he was very immature before, but he has his stuff. He does. He's way better, but no, he's still kind of immature. But he's like he's trying to show you what you want to see because he knows what you like. So he's a great guy, but he's good too because some people be like, I'm gonna let you see what I want you to see. So, you know, it's just he didn't get over you all the way. But there's things that are really holding him down where I don't think you're going to get back what you're putting out for the relationship. So, but he's still going to try to holler at you for sure, as much as possible. So I'm going to throw these cards up here for you also. Like I'm not just throwing them; they were shuffled and picked and asked. I have King of Cups. You know that can be romance, and the Wheel here. So. Like I look at it like it's literally saying the wheel is like time spinning in due time. You're going to get that romantic guy. You're going to get that guy that is not afraid to express his feelings, that feels comfortable in his skin and with himself. He's just like Ike's. He just likes to be a smart butt girl. Hold on a second. Right. And that's okay, but like sometimes like in life in his younger years, he felt like he had to do that for survival, for his survival of the mind. So it's sort of like I have to know things, I have to understand, I have to learn. So even if he didn't know, he'd pretend he knew. And that puts you in that position where, okay, what's holding him back? Like that's what I'm telling you. It's mine. Stuff that happened when he was younger that he didn't like outgrow. So that's why it's immature. But it said it works though. For us, he's just playful. And I felt like he was undressing me with his, of course. Of course. Let me. Oh boy. But I have cards for that too, but I'm not even going to do that right now. But let's just say, yeah, that attraction is still there, the chemistry is still there, but it's sort of like you have choices too. Like you already kind of have a gist on how he is. Like he's definitely showed you. So if you get like wrapped up in love, emotionally involved again, and bring that closeness back, that immaturity part is going to show up still because I could see him as on the spectrum, and he's going to get better, but it's still going to come out, and that could actually hinder you with things you're working on. And I know for a fact you're studying new stuff and you're applying. I don't want to say magic, but different rituals that you had within yourself. And I want to tell you that you're doing a good job with it. You are, and don't doubt. And yeah, what you heard 2 days ago was true. Okay, so I hope that was helpful to you, and I'd like to pass this to Journey, and thanks for your question.
All right. Thank you
Mhm.
for your question. She said, "Thank you, Trinity. I'm just going to go with the flow and see what happens." Sounds like a good idea. Sounds like a good idea. All right. I need Asha and Margarita to go ahead and throw us your question. Ashta, Margarita.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, going with the flow is always good, and I definitely encourage having fun and flirting, but just, watch your heart, believe your eyes, you know. But I think have some
Margarita put
fun.
up here.
Yeah. Yeah, Margarita's a sweetie. And in case she asks or forgets to ask, but yeah, Oscar does still think about her. And well, she should know they talked, I believe, but
I need Margarita's
she's
question
okay.
and Ashta's question. If one of you guys could put your questions up for me, please.
Yes.
And then after them, it'll be Bindia B and Shay Joy.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm going to pass this over to Trinity. She doesn't really have a question, but yet is feeling stuck and feeling lost. So, Trinity, here's Margarita.
Strongest thing that was coming out was like the Oscar thing, and also like a little bit maybe of losing hope with your relocation of like when you move and things that are going on. They're telling me that it looks like things are moving too slow and you're starting to lose faith in certain things that you hoped for. But they're also saying, no, don't give up. Don't give up. You're not crazy. I love that because everyone's yelling, please tell her she's not crazy. She was right. Like that. So, yeah, it's on the point. Like, you were right about that. You're not crazy either. But the thing is, you want to keep and maintain your value that you have for yourself. Because I do see you second guessing like certain things, like say with the children, because they're like, well, we're older, we know better, or things of that nature. Don't feel insecure. Keep that good pure love, and how you're reading to them a lot. I love that. So that's why I'm saying just keep going with what you're doing. So, like, is there another question, or would you like me to clarify? Ooh.
She didn't really have a question for the night. She's just kind of feeling stuck and lost at the current moment.
Yeah, yeah. I know I kind of felt like that was the question, like how to get to that point, but it's only stagnated because some things didn't pan out the way she might have hoped or wanted a little while back. So it's like, is this going to fall through? Is that going to work? Like that. So I just wanted to encourage you that yeah, it's going to work. Things are going to like end well. You'll be surprised. So actually, you don't have to be surprised. Just prepare yourself to receive good news, and like when you hear it, stay with it. Like don't just let it fly in and out. Stay with it. Like okay, this is really happening. Like that. But things are going to work out for you and the babies. Okay, my phone broke last month, so I haven't gave or received any communication. Okay, Yeah, okay. Well, until you get the rest of the question up, I was going to say that lack of communication was for a reason. I know, like, it always hurts to have a phone injured or destroyed, but the thing is, with that lack of like electronic communication, you were able to tap in more to your inner being and spiritual communication. But by that happening, it was like things were felt and learned and known spiritually, but then it would manifest physically and like you're taken back a little, like, whoa, what happened just now? Is this real? So that's why they're telling me, like, make sure you confirm to her she's not crazy and it is right what she's thinking. So with that being said, I'm going to thank you for your question, Margarita, or not question, but it's like a soul chat we're having. Yeah.
Go. All right, Margarita, hang in there. Things do get better after a while. Just got to find your place. All right, so thanks, Margarita. I appreciate it. Bindia B, Shay Joy. Let's go ahead and get your guys' questions. While we wait for that. All right, guys. We are coming to the close of our show soon, so guys, please make sure to tune in tomorrow to talk about dream interpretations with me, Journey Ryan, and we'll get to the bottom of what these dreams mean and give you the secret hidden message within the dream that we can't quite figure out because the dream language doesn't always speak like the waking language. Lots of symbols and symbolic messages in there. All right, Bindia B coming up for a question. Going to go ahead and pass this over to Trinity. Trinity, this is Bindia B. Bindia, this is Trinity.
Hello. I'm stuck in life. Nothing is moving forward. Okay. I almost want to pause there, but I'll take it all in. When do you see me getting freedom from these stuck energies? Okay, and what future holds for me? Well, okay, so I'm just going to tell you what I hear, and then hopefully I will see more, but what I'm hearing is you're actually procrastinating. So by you procrastinating is causing the energy to get stuck. And part of you is like calling things and then pushing it away mentally. So it don't even look stuck to me. It looks more like a back and forth, like a shift, back and forth. So the freedom, that's yours like now, at least in 5 or 10 minutes from now, or 15, however long it takes you to be able to like clear your mind, visualize yourself flying like a hawk. Why not? Literally flying, feeling free. And, remind yourself of the eternal world, the infinite. You know what I mean? That you have free will and free choices and you can feel the way you want to feel. Like that freedom is there. You felt it a lot of times, you're going to feel it again, but on the inside you feel trapped or in bondage or stuck or chained, then it can manifest to your outside realm. So as far as your future, let me see, Bindia. Okay. What's there? I like that. As far as your future, I'm going to say like in 3 months with this being March. So in June. Okay, so around June, I do see more celebrations and I see some like old friendships reconnecting and improving. So that's what I see like in the next few months. So you want to get yourself in a position like where I don't want to say be happy, but try to keep your mood really good. Like I know there's times where you do defend yourself and also explain things to people. But Spirit is saying, okay, right now, I need you to look inward more and sort of let that go in the background or ignore it or fade, but don't feel like you have to argue, fight, or defend yourself. Because that's also like part of the entrapment or feeling of the bondage is your love. It's that love of wanting to, love and have good relationship or harmony or, a good co-creation situation like that. So when that happens, you'll lower yourself so y'all can be balanced. But the Spirit is saying, no, just keep looking inward for that. You know what I mean? And when you're inward, then eventually you'll start being around more people that are like on that level where you're at, if that makes sense to you. That should make sense because you've had that before too. But you had a friend and I believe they moved away. Or like there was some distance put there, not by choice, but it could have just faded too. But you've had that type of good friendship. So that's what I see for your future, like so far. Like, celebrations and good times, but you would have to stay optimistic so you can see it that way. And what's coming from spiritual realm is they are actually working with you with your dreams, and they're working with you with sound. So you're hearing conversations sometimes, and different things are happening, and you're hearing things. But that's them working with you. Them meaning your guardian angels or spirit guides, or however you say it. But that's what's going on with the sound you're hearing, and things falling. And okay, let me see. Do you see me moving house? I see that. I do kind of see that being stagnated a little bit. But Spirit is saying just be patient with it. I personally don't see it in the next 2 months, like that soon, like right now. But eventually, yeah. But like I said, Spirit is saying be patient and keep your options open. Okay, so thank you, Ben DLB, for your question. And Journey, I'll pass it to you unless you have anything you want to clarify.
No, that's all good. If we hopefully you enjoy your reading there, and I want to say thank you to everybody for being here tonight. And it's Happy St. Patty's Day. Well, for the next few more minutes for us. And, and it's been a pleasure, and I'm so excited for you guys being here. Know that we will be out of Facebook jail by April 10th, so our show will be live again from Facebook. We do appreciate you guys holding on for that. She also said thank you so much, and so did Margarita. All right.
Oh, I appreciate all of you. Thanks.
Well, Trinity, you know it's always a pleasure for you to be here, and I'm always happy to have you on. And I want to say thank you so much for joining me tonight, even though both of us are fighting sinus problems.
Yes, my nose is swollen, my eyes. I took Benadryl. I'm like, okay, I'm drowsy. But, yeah, we're fighting it.
Absolutely, Flonase is kicking in, so I'm feeling all right now.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, from everyone here at My Psychic Connection, we want to say thank you so much. Tune in tomorrow night. We do dream interpretations with Journey Ryan. Until then, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye-bye.